on ComedySchoolsRadio.com. I am Tony Visick, and I have a packed room already. Okay. All right, so let me explain to you who's in the room right now so we can kick off the show. We have Jason and Jeff Limford, ladies and gentlemen. I got it right.
Yes.
And we're just going to kick right in with them right now. We're going to dispense with all the normal niceties. We're going to tell you I can win tickets to shows, tell you about all the things that are coming up in a moment. We're going to dispense with that because we have, damn it, we have Hollywood royalty in the room.
Yes.
You guys.
That's the Prince. Street royalty.
Yeah, I just
Roaches to royalty.
It was on TV in Hollywood last night and is in Arizona today.
I just want to say this, if I could. If you're sitting home right now, if you're feeling lost and alone, if you're sitting in a trailer park someplace at Apache Junction, if you're sleeping in a rest stop in Flagstaff, and every once in a while you stare through a window at a television and go, I wonder if I could ever be on TV. Miracles do happen, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you got to have talent,
So funny.
and you got to work hard. A lot of people are on television, they spend years, they go to England, and they study with the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. They spend years in New York working little off-Broadway shows where they do Greek plays like Antigone, and they do Romeo and Juliet, and they work their craft knowing that America wants something special. And that's what you guys brought to America last night.
Man, Tony, you were nice.
On the Gong Show.
On the Gong Show.
I thought he was leading up to that.
Well, I mean,
That was the twist.
I think what you did is the epitome of American entertainment.
Yes.
I think it is. I think when we look back, because there was sometimes eras by presidents. The Eisenhower era was Elvis. The Kennedy Johnson era, the Beatles. Moving forward, the Trump era will be the Hollywood bug.
yes! That's what we're going for, Amen, Tony.
Train the swamp and kill
You guys were
Roaches to royalty. Tony, you are a manager, you know that.
You guys were on the Gong Show. Now, when I was a kid, there was a Gong Show with Chuck Barris, and it was on during the day. And if you were watching it, there were two things were going on. You didn't have a job, and you were really, really high. You'd sit there and go, I gonged that dude. Dude, when you gong that, are you awake, dude? I gonged that mother. So, but now this is a primetime show.
Primetime.
On ABC.
On ABC.
And you guys were on it.
We were on it.
And what you do is you come out.
We have no explanation on what we do. No, we come out. Paul Green, our friend, and you know Paul.
I know Paul well.
You've been a mentor, a teacher, amazing guidance to him. But Paul was he actually said,
and he played the bug. I'd like to
played
point that out.
Roach. he did audition for that, and he got the curtains open, and there's Paul in this big roach suit, and he starts singing Britney Spears' "Toxic," and it was. And we come in, around him, and we start singing, and he gets scared off, and then we start playing on our violins, "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
And you guys are good violin players.
Yeah, the violin is what we kind of are known for since we were little, but. We were playing it, and I remember Dana Carvey standing right up. Jason's like, "Get on your feet." And it was a lot of fun.
They you don't know how they're going to rate you. They have there's 6 categories, guys. There's audience participation. There's judges. I mean, they make it like
creative.
Guys,
we're on the Gong Show. Humor. They did humor.
The judges did.
They were supposed to.
They're just having fun. But
we all took it seriously.
It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. We had fun. We had these backpacks that were made. The show kind of guided us on the act. They said we needed a beginning, middle, and end. Yes. We first submitted a bunch of other songs. That's a long story and how we got there, but basically.
Well, you don't just come out and play the violin, though. So Paul Green comes out.
Yeah, Paul Green comes out, starts singing
in a bug costume. And then other roaches.
Yeah.
Then other dancers.
Where'd
you get the other dancers?
Okay, it's too good to be true. One's our technician.
Okay.
Technician. Pest company, and then one's one of our marketers.
Outside this building right
now.
Now,
you guys own a pest control company. Locally.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Okay.
Greenworks Pest Control. It's a green company.
So what's the name of the company again?
Greenworks with an X.
Greenworks with an X. Okay.
You advertised on 98 KPD like a year ago or two.
I think we called in. We called in for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
And then you guys.
Okay. So, but you guys have also always played around on the fringes and margins of entertainment.
Yes.
Always.
Always. We had a show called "We Don't Fiddle Around with Bugs." I'm not joking. For years. And we basically played the fiddle at different resort communities. When they
And we loved it.
Acted out all.
Did your parents make you take violin lessons when you were little kids?
No, that they had a couple of extra violins in the closet.
Oh, a couple violins laying around.
Yeah, 'cause
They
that's
had
normal.
played, and I remember in 3rd grade we got to go at it was an elementary school in Johnson Elementary, and we got to go and play the violin. Go to the violin. Teacher got to teach us how, and I remember thinking this would be kind of cool. And then they said band you can start it in 5th grade, but orchestra you can start it in 4th grade. And I think that's because they wanted more people to do orchestra.
Yeah.
Band's cooler, the drums and everything. So I remember thinking, well, I'm not patient, and you get to get out of school for a couple hours a week to do the violin. And I know there's 2 violins in the closet here. So one of my best friends and I said, hey, I got 1 violin for you, I got 1 for me, let's take violin. And signed up. And my best friend were all excited.
See, because no one usually said. Usually, people who want to play the violin in the 3rd or 4th grade don't grow up to marry women.
Oh yeah.
Like my parents forced my sister to play the cello. That's how
Right.
I got down. You
So
know?
the violin is not necessarily the most masculine thing, and I didn't think about that.
And he was doing it to get out of school.
I did it to get out of school.
Ah.
Plus, here's the
That's what it
thing.
was.
Here's the thing. During the era that we came up on, there was this thing called the Bobcat Fiddlers.
Well, hold on,
They
let me interrupt
They were
you for a
superstars.
second.
They just stole
Hold
the
on,
show
hold on.
after every
He
concert.
he was trying to get away from school, and also I said, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "None of your business." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you and your friend talking about?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "No, you're talking about the violin." He goes, "Yeah. My friend's gonna play that other violin, and I'm gonna do it." I'm like, No. I'm getting that other violin.
There's only 2.
Yeah, your friend has to find the right one.
I
and
remember.
that's how I joined.
I remember the awkward
I'm like,
conversation.
he's not gonna do it without me.
I remember the awkward conversation
That's
with friends
how-
saying, "Your violin's been taken by my twin." Sorry.
There can be only 2.
Yes, I remember feeling so bad, and he's like, "Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do it." Then of course, he rented one.
So you guys, you have your own business.
Yes.
Okay, and you play the violin.
the violin.
And I first met you at a place called The Pad.
Yeah.
The pad.
So tell us about The Pad.
Okay, so the practice pad. We
Well, we lived there for 2.5 years.
we graduated college, of course, in 2008, and then
ASU?
No, we actually graduated from Brigham Young University.
Okay. All right.
No.
Provo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Utah.
The economy crashed, right? And so
We all remember that.
Hardly any jobs available.
Yeah.
So I remember at that point, it was either go on to get a master's and spend all this more money and all this stuff, or do whatever you want because there's no jobs.
because no one's getting paid
And
anyway.
literally,
make
our
any
childhood dreams started to come true.
So if we
Because you had no choice.
No
Yeah.
choice.
You
We
might as well
moved,
live
we
your
moved back
dream.
in with their parents, and that lasted a couple months where we're like, okay, we're just gonna buy a bunch of music stuff with our savings and just put it in the garage. We started
what do you mean
playing,
savings? Credit card.
Whatever. We went to
Yeah.
Guitar Center, got a keyboard, and had our violins. We're gonna make music. We're gonna be a band. We're gonna go big, and we're gonna start our dream journey. And we started. The neighborhood starting to get kind of. It was loud.
Well, they're
The
starting to
garage.
tease us. They're
We're a garage
27.
band at
Yeah.
27.
We got a
26.
kid playing drums across the
Right,
street
right.
from us. I was a drummer. I actually had to go over and talk
Okay.
to the kid's dad and go,
Yeah.
"Look, I was a drummer, but I'm not a drummer now.
Okay.
I'm an old man now."
Right.
Yeah.
So we were really loud.
We had plenty of
we knew
that.
we needed another place to practice. We started looking into practice facilities, things like that. Well, my mom brought us into this place called the Practice Pad, going out of business sale, picks for a penny, whatever, their clearance. So we realized this place is pretty legit. Maybe we can get a practice room or something.
We
so
could rent a room.
John Fattauer was the owner. He had owned that place for about 16 years or so, and he sold harps, high-end harps, $80,000 harps. And the economy, when it tanks, no one's looking for luxury harps in
Right.
Phoenix. And so he had all these. The whole 2/3 of the building was just full of harp boxes and this and that. And we were like, okay, let's kind of form a relationship with John and see what we can do. So we bought a couple of equipment.
You mean harps like?
Yeah, like
Like
no one
Canada,
was
yeah.
a harp. No one had in the whole state. of
No one's
Illinois.
used a harp since
He
the
was-
Twilight Zone
Right,
off the
right.
air.
I'm wondering how he was selling those when the economy was good. I mean,
Right.
realistically.
It was a niche. It was a niche. But basically, after a couple days and buying stuff,
Well, and at first when we asked, he said, "Oh no, I'm
Maybe
We asked to rent a room.
he should have diversified and brought in the pan flute as well. Harps and pan flutes.
we bought one of those,
So we
actually.
realized there was an opportunity here. We asked if we could rent a room. He said no because last time he did it. It was of a big circus. They made copies of the keys, and the band was like ruckus and this and that. So we basically had to go back and over again
2 or 3 days,
buying
bought
more
more
stuff,
stuff,
and
and-
talking to him. And we said, hey, well, listen, when you sell this place, we will paint it up. We'll help you move boxes, and if you sell something, we'll be like
We'll rent the room.
We'll be the grunt work,
and we'll pay you for us to work for you.
Yeah. So we made a 3-month
And he was really
contract.
nice. He goes,
we
"These are
really
funny."
wrote it in
And
a
often
blank
he
piece of
can't
paper.
refuse.
Right. He said, okay, we'll do a 3-month contract, be like a couple $100 a month for this room,
Great guy, though.
Here are the keys. And then we were like, awesome. So we went in there, started practicing. It was the perfect place. And then
we had a room about this size, and we had all our equipment in it.
About a week later, I accidentally flooded the building. Literally, it's a joke. I was in the kitchen. I the stops thing. I kind of was twisting around and it was clogged. And the place had probably been used for a while, like the kitchenette. And next thing you know, we get a call the next day. He's like, guys, get over here. We got 8 inches of water in the pad, So luckily, all of our stuff were like on tables and chairs. So we moved all of our stuff to the very end of the suite, which is like what we wanted anyway. It was like a third suite, and cleaned it up. Paid for the insurance policy to kick in and did the whole thing. And then. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We got what we wanted because we got the biggest room in the building, and we basically practiced there all night and literally kind of unofficially moved in, but we lived with our parents, but not really. We're at the pad all the time.
At the pad all the time.
All the time. So 2.5 years.
For 2.5 years, then you ended up producing a television style. Yeah.
Bought the pad a few years later. Literally bought it from John, was awesome. Run our pest control company out of it. The legitimate, business. And then
a legitimate business.
and
we're running a legitimate business.
We are licensed. Our license upon it. And that was. And so here's the thing. We had this. Our friend Paul Green. Amazing comic, and I knew him for years. I've known him for 15 years or so. And he would do stand up there when we first got into the pad.
Yeah.
Just for fun. And we'd be rehearsing and just fun. We were there all night, and so we're laughing and Paul's doing a stand up, and then he starts going to, Tempe Center of the Arts and he's doing comedy with you and doing classes.
Yeah.
He starts really progressing. He's doing other things, like gestures and stuff, but then all of a sudden things started to pick up where he's really getting some steam, and so I said, Paul, why don't we have a late night show here, like Arizona's late night show? You're the host. Tonight at the Pad, we'll call it Tonight at the Pad.
You had a band?
Paul,
Yeah.
Full
band.
band, and Paul was amazing. He recruited everybody.
We had a sound crew.
He recruited a sound crew, film crew. Rustin Odom.
I think makeup.
Yeah, makeup. We had makeup.
We had makeup.
Catering every week.
Yeah, catering.
Sponsored catering from local, small
live audience,
shops.
80 people.
Average, and we went up to 6 episodes. I think Tony, you were the 4th episode, I think.
Yeah.
As the star guest.
I took it serious. I wore a jacket.
Yeah, you wore a jacket. And it was hilarious. We still have that up. It's on YouTube. You can look at it.
Sandwich.
So at the Pad, starring Paul Green, with Tony Visick as the guest.
Somebody, either Paul or one of you guys call me and go, what do you want to do? And I go, well, I don't know. I'll talk about whatever I talk about.
Right.
But I want to eat a sandwich.
Yeah, you got a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
We're laughing at him making this peanut butter sandwich.
I went over and talked to the band. I gave the band part of the sandwich.
He's making fun of the building. He's like, there's red notes everywhere. Look at this place. Like, homeless guy, welcome me into the Pad. I think I saw a leg out of a car. So it was funny.
Wow.
You know who I brought with me that night, by the way, is a comic named Mike Longfellow wrote over with me.
Yes.
Who's
He
now
opened for you.
Yeah, and now he's been on Laughs TV. He's doing a lot of stuff in Hollywood. Yeah, so the moral of the story is hang out with me and I'll still be stuck here. So all right, so that was a great show. That's still, by the way, on YouTube. You can find that. You can find that show. You know what surprises me when I go back and look at it, because I've gone back and looked at it. I've often put it on and then went in the bathroom by myself for long periods of time. It really holds up. I mean, Paul did a great job. You guys did a great job. It doesn't look like it was done in someone's barn.
Right.
And it was a good show.
Yeah.
Now from there, you end up in Hollywood. I want to get quickly to the Gong show.
Okay, quickly to the Gong show. So basically, we
that same year, America's Got Talent calls us up.
Yeah, America's Got Talent called us up.
Yeah.
Shortly after that,
for AGT.
asked us to audition, season 11. This is a year ago, and then we said, sure. They go to Phoenix. They're coming to Phoenix. We meet the producers. We got to perform. Goes really well. Then we get assigned a few months later to go to Los Angeles and audition for Simon Cowell and the crew, and it was great. The thing is, our audition was kind of a breakthrough because Simon said, "I can totally see this work."
This is Simon Cowell.
Yeah, Simon Cowell. He said, "I can see this
No,
work."
he didn't say. He said, "I can totally see this
Right, yeah,
work."
I can see this work. He's like, the violins are fantastic, but keep your voices with the bugs, boys. So we were singing and playing the violin, and we're not Pavarotti.
Like bug noises.
No, we're not. We're more like the
Men
Beach
in Black?
Boys. We're more like the Beach Boys with the harmonies, and we sang a few songs from
Okay.
Avicii. It was good, and kind of ran out of time with our audition, so we got postponed. But anyway. We're not Pavarotti. We're like the Beatles or the Beach Boys, like energy and our violins and playing. But he had given us advice to just play the violins. That's what you're good at.
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't go through the next round because it was the licensing issues.
They got us through.
We got through the next round. We signed contracts.
But you know how they can cut behind the scenes.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what happened.
We didn't submit enough songs or this and that.
So he's competitive, and so what he did, he goes, "I'm not going on that easily, right?"
Well,
he goes, "I'm moving to Hollywood and get signed by a label."
Well, Simon, when my wife and I had a baby, I realized I had one more shot to take a big risk.
Yeah.
'Cause she was about 3 months pregnant. I had about a few months to really and
Freedom.
freedom. And I was like, I would talk to my wife. She's like, okay, she's very structured. She's a corporate girl. She likes things, to very predictable.
She's
stable.
supporting you right now.
Supporting me. Yes, actually, she is. Yeah, she is. But here's the thing. It was like this like ultimatum. It was this moment of like desperation for me, thinking if I'm gonna have a dream and live, music thing. Esther's his wife's more like an entrepreneur family, So I'm like, okay. She's like, but she backed me up. She said, I support you. You can literally move to Hollywood. Like,
wow,
you can leave me behind.
Matter of fact, get out.
Now, and I was amazed by that gift she gave me to just one more time. So I literally, I told Jason, I said, I'm moving to Hollywood.
Well,
Yeah.
and that made me really nervous.
I know because
I don't know
Simon
what
Cowell
he's
is one of
gonna
the.
do.
You know,
Simon,
yeah.
He's like,
Simon
wait,
Cowell is
looks
one
like
of the.
me. I'll end up getting arrested.
Right.
He
Well,
does.
Simon Cowell is one of the best A&R reps in the world.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And he said, I can see this work.
Now you're screwed.
Yeah.
Now, granted, when they showed only 8 seconds of our clip marching towards the audition stage, and they didn't even mention us or anything. We were just B-roll. So I had that, and I had my word against their,
Okay. I'll tell you what he did. He made CDs. So we made these little EPs of our
Well, I mean,
audition.
to the Gong Show.
Our,
Gotta get to the Gong Show.
our audition. And he goes, as seen on America's Got Talent for 8 seconds. And he delivered to Simon Cowell's office. He delivered to Fremantle North America.
Fremantle Media. I delivered it everywhere.
I mean,
that's like the old school.
Fremantle on
Fremantle
Sunset
Media.
in the
Yeah.
in the old Playboy
Fremantle.
building. Yeah,
We
across
went there.
across from Mel's Diner.
I was doing the whole
Like Master P
hustling.
selling
Yeah,
albums out the trunk of the
right.
car.
I was giving away for free.
well, I was with them too, but
Well, so we get down to Hollywood. I'm like, I just need to talk to everybody, get in. Jason finally magically finds Musicians Institute.
well, because I
on
go with
Hollywood
them. I said,
Boulevard.
listen,
Now hold on. So we continue to have connections because I met you guys over to Pad.
Right.
You were then doing. You were practicing or going to the Musicians Institute.
Not yet.
so
Okay.
here's what happens. So I'm like,
After we moved
if
to
you go to Hollywood, I'm gonna be going with you, right?
Yeah, he didn't want to leave me behind.
So we got our Pest truck and we got our bed. We have a big bed bug trailer that just it's like a shell. We took all our bed bug equipment out. It's like heating equipment.
It's not
And-
just for bed bugs.
And we kind of live in there. So we drive down to California, right? And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm
With
thinking
the
this whole
bed
time.
bugs.
with the trailer. No. Yeah,
We brought killing all the bed bugs in LA to pay for this stuff, right? So I'm driving down to LA and I'm thinking the whole time I'm excited, but I'm also like, what am I doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is crazy. And he's just like happy as can be. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I? We have no plans. We get there. I'm like, where are we gonna live? And a truck and a trailer in LA is the worst.
drive.
Yeah.
Oh, and downtown
Yeah, but there's a
Hollywood-
lot of people living in their cars and trailers and things out down
Right.
there.
So we said, okay, we're gonna sleep probably in a Planet Fitness.
Of course, you get a gym
right?
membership. You get a
So
you
we get a
get
gym
a
membership.
you get a storage unit. We know how to move in.
We got a storage unit.
In fact, I almost felt like it was Jason. It's almost like a really, really cheap motel. They have an elevator.
Yeah.
We get in.
There's a
We
remote,
go to our
yeah.
storage unit.
Shower
We move in.
well,
We
at
got
Planet Fitness.
So,
but not-
so to make a long story short, we walk around Hollywood Boulevard.
I gotta say the
Jason,
first night in the parking lot. The first night in the parking lot, like we couldn't close this trailer door. You have to
Yeah.
lock it, so there's no doors or windows. So it's creeped open. I have tape, and we have all our sound equipment because we have brought all our PA systems to play like on the pier and down
Yeah.
in Hollywood. Like we're
On the
we're gonna make
boulevard.
noise.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought we could do that in a strategic way. And I remember that first night, I'm like, I could not sleep. Every noise was like,
he'd wake up
steal-
terrified.
and then
I slept like a baby.
He was sleeping like nothing.
It was
could wake
awesome.
him up. Like, don't you care about us living? We're gonna be killed out here.
The criminals are stealing the
he was
microphones.
like in heaven just sleeping, and I'm like bloodshot eyes.
So
it was the
so
worst.
anyway, we basically walk around. Jason sees Musicians Institute. We're going to LA Fitness on our way.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just
totally
got to
right.
go and talk to these people. They probably know people about in the music industry. It's
Yeah.
Musicians Institute. So he gets this new student orientation set up with Valerie, and we get
angel.
well received like you wouldn't believe. And they get us an artist development program and vocal training because of Simon Cowell's advice. Deborah Bird was the coach for 11 seasons for American Idol, and she's the current coach for The Voice.
Yeah.
She became our personal coach.
Yeah. Now the Musicians Institute is at 6771 Hollywood Boulevard.
That's
So
it.
you mentioned it. What was amazing to me was when I moved to LA in the 70s, that's where the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute was.
Okay.
So I moved there. I was living off of Grace Avenue off of Franklin.
Okay.
I didn't live in a trailer. Okay. But I was selling plasma.
Okay.
And I actually went and signed up there, and I took classes there. And the weird thing was, I looked in the classrooms. I go, this looks like it was a nightclub. It originally in 1920 was built as a nightclub where Bing Crosby got his start.
No way.
So Bing Crosby, Tony Visick, the Hollywood Bug
There you
Guys,
go. Yes.
all in the same spot. So now we got to move along.
Yeah, okay,
So
gotcha.
so we're at the Gong. So how do we end up on the Gong Show?
So we tried for America's Got Talent twice. They said
right.
no.
Don't go backwards.
Okay, they
Yeah.
said no the second time because we went, with Bird and had this vocal coaching, trying to give it a second shot. So when that didn't happen, Paul Green about a month later sends us an LA casting email saying they're looking for two twins.
Yeah.
or twins, triplets, whatever, with the musical talent for a variety show on primetime TV this summer. They didn't say what show it
fun
was.
job, and then they're.
So I was like, that sounds like us. So I really called up the number.
Yeah.
I called up the production company, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's the Gong Show revival." I'm like, "Really? I don't even know what that is." I looked it up.
Yeah.
I thought we were perfect for this, right? Call them. I talked to the main casting company, and they're like, "You don't even need to apply for LA casting. You guys sound perfect. Just send us an audition tape. We'll coach it through it. Blah blah." blah. And it was awesome. Well, they ended up inviting us to their headquarters. We got to meet Katie Wallen, the CEO of Mystic Art Pictures, the one that cast the Power Rangers. She cast, Nickelodeon, Wipeout, the toy box for the kids right now. All these shows. Tons of shows. Amazing. She helped us with our audition video. She helped us, get the vibe and the energy. So we auditioned. We sent in our tapes.
I think also what may help us get the show is when we did our video, we decided to go around Hollywood and Highland and do the video there. We didn't know it was Oscars weekend. Okay?
Yeah.
We literally go there with our PAs and with our camera gear.
Hollywood Bug Guy
with our Hollywood Bug Guy
costumes, our gear, our backpacks.
And as we were there, the security thought we were there to treat for the Oscars, and they let us in.
We got pre-treat. We got into the Dolby Theater
on camera
as Hollywood Bug
funny.
Guys to pre-treat
We
the
showed that
Oscars.
to them. They loved it. Like, this is
So
so funny.
They're laughing.
So here's a question for
got
you.
in.
The Hollywood Bug Guys
Yes.
is not actually a bug company.
No,
it's like a
But
it's like
maybe
a
you
marketing.
should make it
Yes.
once in LA.
we are.
Because I
Yes.
feel like
Absolutely.
you need to do that yesterday. 'cause
Yes.
the money's
Oh, yeah.
gonna start rolling
Yeah.
in.
Right.
Celebrities are gonna be hiring
Right.
you. Like
Right. People started calling us when we were there.
Reality TV,
Right.
Come on.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Rats.
the company out of New York has already asked to do that, but we haven't done anything.
So last night,
Yes.
I sit home, okay, and as I do every Thursday night and have forever, my wife says, she goes, "Hey, let's go upstairs," and I go, "I can't." She goes, "Well, I know you're almost 62, but let's go upstairs." And I go, "I can't because it's Thursday night at 9 p.m." She goes, "Oh yeah, Gong Show."
Oh my gosh, he's made it.
And I see you guys. Not only were you on national, you were on ABC
Yes,
15.
yes.
You didn't win. You came in like second.
Yes,
You
something like that.
lost to a guy who was double jointed.
Yes.
Who came out of a tree stump.
We-
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally deserved. He
It
had
was
that
great.
one-trick pony. You couldn't.
Now, just let me say this. So people can look this up online. They can see it online, right?
They can see it online.
And if they put Hollywood Bug Guys in their browser, will they find you guys?
You'll find us, our channel. We got like 2 videos.
Good, Hollywood Bug Guys. So go to that. So I want to say a lot of careers. I've been around a long time,
Yes.
and a lot of careers have started after someone lost to a double jointed guy who emerges from a tree stump. So I think you're on your way.
Thank you. So
Okay,
good.
Jeff and Jason,
We
man.
love you.
You put Hollywood Bug Guys in your browser, and we'll post up too, right? Sure,
Yeah.
we'll get it up. We'll have it on ComedySchoolsRadio.com and all of our social media. And for you, DJ, because you're still trying to make it into business, okay? Just go to LA, sleep in your car, all right?
Wearing a bug outfit.
Get your B&B.
Start shooting poison around on the streets, and before you know it, you could be standing right next to Dana Carvey.
Let me write all this down.
Okay, Jeff and Jason, man, thank you
Thanks, Tony,
so
for
much,
having
you
us,
guys.
Tony.
Great
And
seeing
we'll
you
be
guys
keeping in
again.
touch and letting you know what's in our
All
agenda.
right, okay. I'll tell you the corners to stay away from in Hollywood.
All right. What's that? Oh, I think we figured those out.
All right.
Early
Okay.
on.
All right, thanks a lot. We'll be right back, man. This was a fun interview. We're going to be right back with one of our favorite comics, two of our favorite comics, Ernie Green and Christopher Roy are there at the Tempe Center for the Arts tonight in Ernie Green and Funny Friends. You're listening to This American Podcast Comedy Edition on ComedySchoolsRadio.com.